All right. I'd like to call a meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from the Shoal Lake 40 First Nation and Treaty 3 territory. My name is Neil Harden. I'm chairing today's panel. With me via Zoom are Gail Anderson and Robert Hutchins. The assessor today is Ryan Valderrama, and the recording secretary is Belen Rojo. I'll admit the Zoom part of it. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application and will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made in this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it and the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing, and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions the applicant may have, and the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make decisions. You will receive the board's decisions by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We'll be hearing all 4 items on the docket today. Ms. Rojo, can you please affirm the assessor's and applicant's testimony?
Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Ryan Valderrama.
And you affirm the evidence about presented the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your full name.
Here we go, Primer.
And you affirm the evidence about presented the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right. The first property on the agenda today is 395 Jefferson.
Mr. Chairman, could I impose on the board and Mr. Valderrama for a quick preface to sort of frame these 4 appeals this morning?
Sure.
So these matters are the subject of or some properties that are included in a current pending application before Court of Queen's Bench concerning exemption issues. That decision of the court has actually not come out yet. The hearing is coming up shortly. And so the request in each case this morning is simply for a confirmation of both the assessed value and the exemptions as they are currently applied. And therefore, we just hope to have the materials and have the submissions before the board for the record. But I do not intend to make any sort of further comments pending receipt of that Queen's Bench decision.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, we still have to go through each property one by one to read the information from the assessor. So, Mr. Valderrama, can you proceed with the information on 395 Jefferson?
Right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The property has a file number. The file number is 22-1319. And the roll number is 1102004100. It is located at 395 Jefferson Avenue. We're dealing with 2023 roll year using the reference date of April 1st, 2021. It has a split assessment. The first one, it is assessed at $1,168,000 with a classification of other property and a taxable liability. The next assessment is valued at $3,660,000. It is classified as an institutional property and a liability of exempt. It has a one-story building with 6 sections with an effective years built of 1919 to 2014, a land area of 304,711 square feet, and a planned area of 53,908 square feet. It has also a gross floor area of 56,852 square feet. And that's the information, Mr. Chairperson, for the subject property.
Okay. Mr. Raymond, do you have any questions that you?
No questions.
Okay. Gail, any questions?
No, I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, Bob, any questions?
I guess time is of the essence here, but Mr. Reimer, can you quickly summarize what the court case is about?
Absolutely. So the case revolves around the application of the exemptions, not to the schools themselves. Those, of course, are already fully exempt, and all parties are agreeing on that. But it's rather to the buildings on the various sites that are used by the school division for various purposes, such as maintenance buildings, resource buildings, libraries, and such. And so the debate in connection with the Queen's Bench applications relates to those components, and the submission that our council is making on behalf of the divisions is that the exemptions should properly apply to those areas as well. The orders of the Board of Revision in past cycles have been somewhat mixed. There's been some cases where the exemptions have been granted, and the city assessor through its council have appealed those decisions. There have been other board decisions earlier where the exemptions were not granted, and those board orders were appealed to Queen's Bench on behalf of the school division taxpayer. So that's sort of the general framework of those appeals, and that's what's going to be heard in the next few weeks at the Court of Queen's Bench.
Thank you, Mr. Reimer. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. And it would certainly seem to be an issue that the board could appreciate some direction from higher authority on. All right. I guess that's it for 395 Jefferson. Next one is 1180 Notre Dame. So, Mr. Valderram on 1180 Notre Dame.
And the next property has a file number of 22-1091. It has a roll number of 130-121-30200. It is located at 1180-1180 Notre Dame Avenue. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using reference date of April 1st, 2021. The assessed value is $1,131,000. It is classified as an other property with a taxable liability. It has 1 to 2 stories, 2 sections, effective years built of 1957 to 1962. It has a land area of 63,200 square feet, a planned area of 15,512 square feet, and a gross floor area of 18,754 square feet. And those are the information regarding the property in question or on appeal, Mr. Chairperson.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Reimer?
No questions.
Any questions from the panel?
No questions.
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item 3 then. 1233 Wall Street. Mr. Valderram, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next property has a file number of 22-1093. It has a roll number of 13012110300. It is located at 1233-1233 Wall Street. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using the reference date of April 1st, 2021. There are 3 split classification or 3 split assessments on this property. The first one has an assessed value of $5,483,000. It is classified as an institutional property with a taxable liability. The next one has an assessed value of $1,960,000 with a classification of other property with the liability of taxable. And the last one has an assessed value of $15,118,000. It is classified as an institutional property with the liability of exempt. It has 1 to 4 stories, 9 sections, effective years built of 1950 to 2003. Its land area is 1,274,212 square feet, land area of 121,121 square feet, a gross floor area of 354,209 square feet. That's the information of the property on appeal, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Reimer?
No questions.
Any questions from the panel?
No questions?
No,
Thank you.
no questions. Thank you.
Okay, just my only question, is this the Tech Walk complex?
I believe so, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Now, let's see, our final item today is 760 Kildare. So Mr. Balderrama, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The fourth property on appeal has a file number 22-1910. It has a roll number of 090015775500. It is located at 760 Kildare Avenue East. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using reference date of April 1st, 2021. Has split assessment. The first one has an assessed value of $8,458,000, classified as an institutional property with a liability of exempt. And the second assessment has an assessed value of $797,000, classified as an institutional property with a liability of taxable. Has 1 to 2 stories, 3 sections, and effective years built of 1973 to 1980. Has a land area of 856,914 square feet, land area of 148,319 square feet, and a gross floor area of 161,513 square feet. And that's the information for the fourth property on appeal, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Reimer, any questions?
Questions?
Any questions from the panel?
No, thank you.
Just in regards to this property, the school division, Transcona Springfield School Division, that school division is beyond the city of Winnipeg borders. Is that correct? It's in part of the city of Winnipeg and beyond the city of Winnipeg borders?
I believe it's still within, probably straddling between Springfield and rural municipality of Springfield and city of Winnipeg in terms of the school division, but the address is still within the bounds of city of Winnipeg.
Right, the property address, but the school division
Where it
itself
is located.
serves beyond the city of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So just in regards to the taxable properties, the student services, they provide student services, just I'm thinking beyond the Murdoch McKay High School, right? They provide the services to the entirety of the school division?
I don't have that information, particularly on what coverage or what areas they serve, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's the final property on today's agenda. The hearing is now adjourned, and the panel, of course, will stay around briefly for deliberations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.